This is your Uncle TreeJam, and we are back with Mass Effect 2. Last time we left off, we installed Mordin's cure for the plague in the quarantine district of Omega in the Environmental Control Center. Once we did that, Mordin agreed to join us, and now he is on board the Normandy and ready to assist us in our missions. The only thing left for us to do is to go around the ship and talk to some of our crew members, get some downtime between this mission and the next one. Not sure what I'm going to do next, but I'm very tempted to go ahead and do the dossier for the Warlord Okir. We do get into a little special scene that I do want to see during Archangel's recruitment mission. And I kind of want to take care of Okir's mission before that. For the time being, let's go and talk to Jacob and see what he has to say. Now that we've had a mission to go by, Jacob should have some new dialogue for us.
Commander, can I help you with something?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
How we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
If Mordin's modifications hold up, we've got a shot. If they don't, we're dead. Seems like that was always a strong possibility, though. Anything else, Commander?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Like I said, it was where I met Miranda and got scouted by Cerberus. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel from a Batarian bioweapon. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
And now we can actually ask Jacob for some armor upgrades for the Normandy. So let's go ahead and get that.
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
They spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors.
So now we can go ahead and get ship enhancement. And we get the Solaris armor, which is an Asari-made upgrade. So we're gonna save up a little bit for later. We don't need it immediately, but we should have that before we tackle the suicide mission of this game.
Let me know when you want that, Commander.
Let's go ahead and debrief with Jacob.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. Have to say you run this ship tight, and we're getting things done. We keep on track and maybe we'll figure this out. I hope so. I'm not looking forward to the debrief if it all goes to hell. Is there something specific? Or are you just checking in?
I like to know my crew. Forget procedure. Tell me about yourself.
Informal, huh? Everything's in my file. Ex-Alliance like you, no Reapers or anything, but I got swept under the rug too. The more good you do, the less they want to admit that something needed doing.
What was your proudest career moment?
Covered this, didn't we? It was after getting sidelined. A Batarian group was plotting to release a weaponized virus and kill the Council. Miranda and I stopped it.
Strange that it wasn't bigger news.
The real work doesn't get publicized, you know that. They say it's better that people don't know how fragile the system is or how close the bad guys can get. So, it never happened. Like you and the Reaper. And that's why I'm here.
Jacob was in his own game along with Miranda Lawson. I never played that game, to be honest. I mean, the main games I've played are Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I didn't play Mass Effect Galaxy, and I haven't touched Mass Effect Infiltrator, so...
What led you to Cerberus?
The Alliance sidelined me after Eden Prime. Ended up on a job with Miranda that Cerberus treated like an audition. And here I am.
You don't seem like a results-at-all-costs kind of guy. Cerberus history doesn't bother you?
The Alliance is all politics. Somebody has to take down the bad people. Cerberus keeps that line, I'm on their side.
You look like you came through no worse for wear.
If nothing else, the Alliance trains their people well. Once you live that life, you can't sit around getting fat. Most of us didn't get a Cerberus rebuild. They outdid themselves with you. Ask for any upgrades?
I'm glad enough they restored me to stock. Couldn't hurt to keep some spare parts handy, though.
I hear that. Your job isn't getting any safer. You know, I used to wonder what the big deal with you was. But now that we're in deep, I'm glad it's not me in the spotlight.
There's no hiding, Jacob. Not for any of us.
Don't worry. This is exactly what I signed on for. If that's all, Commander, I'll get back to my duties. There's a lot to get ready.
Got a bit of a semi-spiel I want to give on Jacob Taylor. I'm going to save that for a bit later. I think possibly after his loyalty mission. There's a lot with Jacob I want to talk about, but there's also some stuff I don't want to, say before Jacob's had the opportunity to showcase a little bit more of his history. I think the uncommon consensus among many players is that Jacob is not a very interesting character, and for the most part I do agree, but I think it has to do more with how BioWare handled his character. On a second note, I do want to mention I wish I downloaded some sort of hair mod. I realize that sounds very trite to say that, or really, superficial, or I guess you can say kind of trivial to mention that. But the hair quality, I'm in 2018 right now, gonna be 2019. That's that hair quality? I don't know, I think I'm spoiled. But here we are in Mordin Solus' lab. We can now access it, and now that we have access to the tech lab, we can actually utilize this console. Let's go ahead and talk to Edie's console over here and see what she has to say. All the consoles, man. Every console. Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4?
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Normandy's technical lab, where you can investigate new research upgrades that will improve ship or team performance. All upgrades can be developed in the Normandy's lab, provided you have acquired the necessary resources. You can find these resources by scanning planets or searching while on missions.
I also do want to know it's a bit unfortunate that sometimes subtitles in this game can be overshadowed by light effects, and I think the reshade mod I've got, I don't know which reshade I use, some kind of reshade. I'll have to go back and look it up. I'm better off reinstalling it, to be honest, if I want to find out what version it is, but that lighting tends to really get in the way of some of the subtitles. So, small gripes. I'm not gonna let that get in the way of the game. Let's go and talk to Dr. Mordin Solus and find out more about his background, and specifically his connection to biological weapons. Well, to be honest, we're not going to get much of that story until a bit later, but we can get just a little inkling of backstory with him. And then we can get the ball rolling for our next conversation, which should happen after the next mission.
Shepard, how can I help?
Is the lab working well for you?
Quite satisfactory. Found a few surveillance bugs. Destroyed most of them. Returned expensive one to Miranda. Nothing unexpected. Just need more samples. More collector data, tissue samples, anything you can get, I can use. Find new tech.
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you.
And again, I am sorry for the subtitles, but at this point there's not much I can really do about it. I got to basically reinstall a bunch of shit. But we do get an upgrade from Mordin's Omni tool. It's going to be specifically for him if you want to build his character and get his tech damage up if you plan to use him more often. I'm going to wait on this. I do want to try and focus on stuff that's going to help me as an infiltrator out.
Let me know if upgrades seem feasible. Can install them whenever you like.
In fact, I might want to make sure that Mordin's upgrade is only for him. And maybe there's something we can do with data mining, but I'm not that in-depth with the mechanics.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Of course. Plague on Omega dealt with. Plenty of time to analyze collector intelligence. Impressive laboratory setup. Missed working for operations with a budget. AI in particular. Very helpful. Best setup I've seen since work with Special Tasks Group.
Is your assistant Daniel settling in all right?
Quite well. Safe and secure. Neighborhood mostly quiet with Plague gone. Left him the security mechs just in case. Can't be too careful. Also tired of mechs. Noisy. Never used them in STG.
Looks like Daniel set up pretty well in the clinic. I know he and Dr. Mordin Solus kind of left on slightly sour terms, but I believe Daniel can get over that.
It must have been frustrating working on Omega with such a limited facility.
No, loved it. Limited facility presents challenge. Save greatest number of people using limited resources. Security threats, gangs, mercenary groups add additional difficulty. Quite enjoyable. Plague stretched abilities to limit. Couldn't have asked for more. Also, enjoy. Saving people, of course. Helping the helpless, greater good, all that too. Nice. Retirement after SDG work complete.
Tell me more about the Solarian Special Tasks Group.
Respected organization. Clandestine. Handles difficult assignments with limited oversight. Recon, analysis, occasional wet work, identify problems, have neutralization options ready should need arise. Model for Council Spectres based on Special Tasks Group. Very similar.
Similar in what way?
Solarians lack numbers, brute strength, military prowess, have to rely upon stealth, intelligence. Agents trusted, given wide operative freedom. Spectres similar, given goal, told to accomplish. Better, funded, of course. Didn't have to buy our own weapons.
Hey man, come on man. I'll have you know I had 9,999,999 credits in Mass Effect 1. And I used that shit to pay for Spectre Master Gear and get Colossus armor. So, sincerely from me, fuck you. But anyway, we did actually meet some STG operatives in Mass Effect 1 on Vermeer, specifically Captain Kirihi, and we can actually ask Mordin about him.
You said you were in the Special Tasks Group. What kind of research were you doing?
Not simply research. Several recon missions. Covert, high risk, served under young captain named Kirihi. Studied Krogan genophage, took water, tissue samples from Krogan colonies.
I worked with an STG captain named Kirihi. His team helped me destroy Saren's cloning facility on Vermeer.
Heard he was part of that. Jury-rigged explosive. Always got job done with limited resources. Good captain. Bit of a cloaca, though.
Before the network, there was the fleet. Before diplomacy, there were soldiers. Our influence stopped the Rachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will hold the line.
Loved his speeches. Hold the line. Personally prefer to get job done and go home. Probably military bravado, jargon, chest pounding. No offense.
Why would STG study the genophage?
Krogan rebellion's bloody, dangerous, nearly as bad as Rachni attacks. All species evolve, adapt, mutate. If genophage weakens, need to be prepared.
What was the STG preparing to do?
Military schematics for likely Krogan population growth, political scenarios for attack points. Genophage reduced Krogan numbers. Species aggression unchecked, population explosion would be disastrous. STG helped check Krogan rebellions, needed to be ready to do the same. Simple recon, nothing to worry about.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Bioweapon designed by Solarian science team, deployed by Turians against Krogans to end Krogan rebellions more than 1,000 years ago. Affects every cell of Krogan body. Commonly and incorrectly considered a sterility plague. Actually adjusts viable fertility rates to compensate for a high Krogan birth rate. Stabilizes to pre-industrial population growth levels.
Well, I believe that's all we can get out of Mordin for now, and I think I'm going to clue you in on something. Dr. Mordin Solus not being entirely forthcoming about his background, considering that much of the operation details will probably have to remain under a tight lid. Otherwise, too much information gets out, someone's going to get mad. But we'll find out more about his background, and he'll actually come clean with us in the next conversation. And we'll get a little bit more opportunities with Mordin Solus on Tuchanka for a certain loyalty mission.
Nice talking with you, Mordin.
I should get back to work. Need to study. So much data. Here if you need me.
Every now and then I have a tendency to kind of miss a dialogue option. If I hadn't seen the prepared how option, I might have missed it and not clicked it. If that ever does happen, what I will do is I will either re-record stuff and upload it again, or someone's going to go ahead and point it out to me, and I'm going to take care of it at that point. Make a new episode. Hopefully that never happens. I like to try and get everything that I can. But we have Kelly Chambers, our yeoman. She should have some information for us. However minor it might be. No offense, Kelly.
Mordin's psych profile warned of hyperbehavior, but he is like a hamster on coffee. He's going to be a very productive member of the team. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
In the future, when we start getting the loyalty missions, or rather I should call them the get-focused missions, Kelly will let us know if some of our crew members want to talk to us.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Oh, wait, well, sorry, Kelly.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Aw. She's upset. That's okay.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Thank you, Siri. Let's go ahead and take a look at our unread messages. And we have a message from Dr. Chakwas. This basically talks about how our healing works. We can either do Paragon and stick with the Paragon route to promote healing of our facial scars. If we choose to go more Renegade, choose more Renegade Interrupts, that's going to override, or that's actually going to make our scars glow red, turn Shepard into a Terminator bot kind of face. We can also purchase a MedLab upgrade. Commander, I've done further investigation regarding your facial scarring, and the old adage of mind over matter holds true. Negative attitudes and aggressive acts create adverse reactions with your cybernetic implants, while peaceful thoughts and compassionate actions promote healing. If you maintain a positive outlook, I believe your facial scarring will heal on its own. Otherwise, there is surgical equipment we could use to insulate your cybernetic implants and accelerate your healing, regardless of your mental outlook. I've updated plans for the new medical equipment to your research terminal in the tech lab. Dr. Chakwas. Now, that is actually a very expensive upgrade, and we do not need it. It's actually not very essential. Regardless, your facial scars have no gameplay impact apart from just cosmetics. It's entirely a cosmetic feature. And I believe that there's going to be some crew members who comment as you go through the story. But we haven't gotten to that point just yet, so let's go ahead and talk to Joker.
Commander.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. Zaid is like you, but takes checks. As long as it's not my money, we're good. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
I assume everything's going well up here?
We're just having an argument over personalization of my workspace.
Cerberus regulations are clear, Mr. Moreau. Personalization does not include grease on my bridge cameras.
It's just mad that all its footage of me looks like a dream sequence.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Just want to go ahead and reaffirm Joker's and E's relationship at this point. For funsies. I'm actually not going to talk to Edie that much in the area up there, the cockpit, until a bit later. I always call that area cockpit, and then I call it bridge. I'm very inconsistent about that. I think it's better to call it a bridge because we are on a frigate, so cockpit I think of as like a fighter or a corvette. Then again, I'm thinking about the ship designations from Homeworld. Let's go ahead and head down to the crew quarters. And we talk to Miranda Lawson and Kasumi. Kasumi might not have too much to say.
Hey, got a minute? Not a lot of people go in and out of Dr. Chakwa's office, other than to get medical attention, I mean. I hear you shared a drink with her. That's really nice. I imagine with all that's happened, old friends are becoming a luxury. Gabby and Ken would make a great couple. I just doubt they'll ever realize it. The Normandy runs so quietly. I'm not used to hearing my footsteps when I walk. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Alright, let's head this way. And we can go ahead over here.
Rupert, there's something different with tonight's meal. Seems like you put in more food and less ass.
Yeah, keep talking.
Hey, Hawthorne, come on, man. Give Rupert a break. That just hitting below the belt. Come on, dude. Really?
It's just too dangerous for them in New Canton. I'm shipping my family back to Earth.
You can afford that?
Cerberus looks out for their own. They're funding the transport for me.
It's the least they can do when we're putting our lives on the line.
Always a reminder that you want to go around the Normandy, even to places where you don't have your squad mates. So, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Dr. Chakwas real quick. I don't know, it's been a while since I actually took a look at our last sessions.
Commander, I very much enjoyed sharing that ice brandy with you, but I hope I wasn't too unprofessional. Brandy goes straight to my head.
It's nice to see you let your hair down.
Guess I hadn't realized how much those feelings needed airing, but I didn't give you much of a chance to vent. So tell me now, what do you think?
The Collectors destroyed our ship and killed our crew. They're gonna pay.
Then I have a feeling their days are numbered. You don't have many enemies. Live ones, that is. Well, promise me we'll share a bottle every year. The next one is on me.
Okay, there we go. That was a little bit strange. I never saw that happen before, but maybe I haven't been paying attention. Maybe it has happened and I haven't really, taken note of it. That was weird. Dr. Miranda Lawson, and see if she has any new tidbits of info and background info for us, specifically character stuff.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look.
I believe Miranda Lawson has a mineral upgrade scanner. Actually, here we go. This will actually make the scanning process a little bit more streamlined, a little bit faster. This armor's from Jacob, and the medbay upgrade is from Dr. Chakwas. But I'm gonna go ahead and wait on those upgrades.
Whenever you have the time and resources, let me know.
In the meantime, let's get to know Miranda Lawson a little bit more.
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
Maybe that's because this isn't a Cerberus operation.
Not to you, maybe. But I report directly to the elusive man. And I'm here because he wants me to be. Cerberus gave you a second chance, Commander. Maybe you should do the same for us.
What did Cerberus do that made you so loyal?
I suppose you deserve to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
How bad were the terms you and your father parted on?
Shots were fired.
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did you need Cerberus?
My father invested a great deal in his dynasty. It wasn't a matter of just leaving. I knew he would continue to pursue his investments.
I assume that Cerberus approves of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the elusive man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
You've told me a lot about your father. What happened to your mother?
I never had one. Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with an amalgam of desired traits from various sources. How arrogant can you be? The man is completely egomaniacal. Just another reason I had to get away from him.
Who exactly is your father?
A businessman, but a very wealthy one. It's ironic, my father believed deeply in a human-positive agenda. He donated generously to Cerberus before I joined them. That's how I first heard about Cerberus, through my father's connections.
Talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used by your father, by Cerberus.
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, Commander.
One thing I should mention is that Miranda Lawson's character is one that I'm very critical of when it comes to her background, her story. Especially when it comes to her loyalty mission. Get focused mission. Personally, I'm not a big fan of how they handled it. I think they could have made it a little bit more engaging and dealt a little bit more directly with how Miranda views her loyalty to Cerberus. Would have made it a little bit more compelling as an example of character building. Anyway, I'm not going to dish on Miranda's character just yet. If anything, I can dish on Jacob all day long, but that really wouldn't get us anywhere. If I ever have to critique a character, then I'd like to be able to give advice on how a character can improve and how a developer can use those lessons for making a new set of characters for the next game that they make. I know that sounds very arrogant, but that's just the way I see it. If anything, I do like to...
I hear that Rupert is actually cooking some good meals lately.
Yeah, right. That scunner couldn't serve a good haggis if his life depended on it.
But all haggis tastes like ass anyway.
Aye, but in the right hands, it can taste like mighty fine ass.
Didn't want to talk over Ken and Gabby there. But yeah, I think if I ever have to criticize a character in the game, I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to, tear a character apart, but if it's something that needs to be said and I feel it sticks out like a sore thumb, then odds are I'm not going to hold back. But I'm going to try to keep it constructive, because you can tear down a character, tear down a story as much as you want, but ultimately you kind of want to give some constructive advice, make sure people learn from their, If I ever give advice to someone on how to improve something, I want them to take it and make things better, not just, wallow in criticism. And it's not exactly easy to do, because A, I'm not Bioware, and B, I'm certainly not Mac Walters. I can't see inside his head.
What can we do for you, Commander?
But I'm gonna go ahead and cross that bridge later when I get there. When we get to Miranda's loyalty mission, I'll let you guys know exactly what I think about it. Go a little bit more in depth on that.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
I think I just realized Ken and Gabby don't have any new conversations, so I've... wasting a little bit of time, but that's okay. All we have left to do is go over to Zaid's starboard cargo area, where he's all holed up, and then we can just talk to him. It's got a nice little cot here. Doesn't sound like the best way to get quartered in on the Normandy, but hey. I suppose there are worse places, messier places to bunk in the Normandy.
This mission takes me back. Me and a buddy were hired to take out this one guy, Matthias, I think. Hell, I forget. Turns out it was a trap. We got jumped by a hit squad. 2 Batarians, a Krogan, and a Hanar. Damn jellyfish nearly choked me to death. Wore a neck brace for weeks to cover that up. Haven't underestimated a Hanar since. Ever been to a Batarian prison? They don't trust you enough to sell you into slavery. That's where they send you. In there you got 2 choices. Bash your head open on the wall, or kill everyone between you and the exit. I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
Alright. And I say messier places, but technically this is the garbage compactor, so... yeah. Sorry, Zaid. You're on your own there. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for crew debriefs. We can actually head to the captain's cabin real quick. I do want to check on something. Okay. And yeah, I haven't bought any fish yet. I think I'm going to go ahead and wait on that. If anything, there's more important things to spend money on. Like weapons, armor, shields. You know, the stuff that's going to keep you alive in a mission. But there we go. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut the video and audio here. Like I said, I hate editing at things that are above 30 minutes. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is actually going to be not as much of an action-packed episode, because we are just going to spend some time with our crew and get to know them. A little bit of time away from the action's nice. There's a lot of critique I could give on the story thus far with regards to Mordin's mission, but I don't feel that there is much that I have to say. So I think I'm gonna actually go ahead and wait until a little bit later when we get to Mordin's loyalty. But for now, I want to go ahead and tune out, so thank you guys for tuning in. This is GreatTreeJam. I want to wish you guys a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you might be in this universe or the next. So I just want to go ahead and stay safe, and I'll see you around.